Now, I know you guys probably already saw Adam Aron's latest tweet talking about how financial markets love certainty. It's the uncertainty or the unknowing what could happen tomorrow that makes investors nervous and pull their money out of the stock market, out of the crypto market, and put it into safer assets like bonds and so on. Now, we are certainly living in uncertain times, right? We can at least be certain about that. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Nobody knows if we're going to go to sleep and wake up with the sun shining or even more disasters going on. And it's starting to take its toll. But guys, there's a lot of people calling for this to be the end of the short squeeze, and it's going to happen here, it's going to happen now, and so on. So I want to talk about the probabilities and the possibilities because it is true. It's a possibility that hedge funds could be facing liquidity crises, and we could see them start to cover their shorts. But it's not guaranteed. So let's talk about what that looks like in this video, and if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2022 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. Look, if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks and crypto, you get a link in the description for Webull. It is super simple to set up your account. $100 deposit is going to get you at least 3 to 5 stocks right now, and then any $1 crypto trade is going to get you your choice of $5 in free crypto, and then of course you get crypto exclusive exchanges in the description as well, so make sure to check those out. They've all got their own rewards. But let's talk about AMC, the AMC Stock short squeeze, and why it could be happening sooner rather than later, but it is certainly not guaranteed. So like Adam Aron stated, there's a lot of uncertainty going on out there, and let's call it like it is, right? We've got Russia invading Ukraine and potentially other countries at this point. They're making some threats out there, and nobody knows what's going to happen next. Now, because of this, the Russian ruble is at an all-time low. That's their currency. We've got Russian bonds. If the country of Russia wants to raise money, these bonds, at the latest that I've heard, were up to 15+% interest. Very expensive for Russia to raise any money at this point. And you've got the fact that they're being sanctioned from really the rest of the world. The Russian stock market, I believe, was down over 50%. They are going through a crisis. Now, why does this affect us? Why do we care? Banks and institutions deal with other countries all the time. And if you're invested in Russia right now, your money is going down. Now, a lot of people are looking at this and saying, we're going to see liquidity crises happen in all of the banks, that are invested in all of these hedge funds that are invested in AMC. Everybody always loves to relate it back to AMC. So let's just, for the sake of this video, say there are some major hedge funds shorting AMC that are also heavily invested in Russia. If that's the case, and they do have a liquidity crisis on their hands, and they are facing margin calls because of all the money they lost in Russia, if that's the case, it still doesn't guarantee an AMC stock short squeeze. That's the part that I don't understand. I believe it's because we're so hyper-focused on AMC that it's like AMC is the hedge fund's only position. They can raise money elsewhere. They can continue to get loans to increase their liquidity. They can close out profitable positions. And it's not like they have to just focus on closing their short shares of AMC. Now, it would be nice if that was one of the first things they did in order to cut some of their losses. Absolutely. But when you lose money in one location, you're likely to gain it in another. That's hedging. You hedge your losses. Because if you're going down in one thing, you're going up in another. But just for the sake of argument, if they are losing money there and they need to generate some liquidity, they need some cash on hand to cover their leverage that these banks and other providers have provided them, then they don't have to directly go straight to AMC. I'm not saying that to cause any sort of FUD. I'm not saying that to cause any sort of fear in you guys. But I want everybody to know that just because Russia is causing some problems in overall financial institutions, and we may see banks and different hedge funds out there losing money in their Russian investments, it doesn't necessarily have to have an effect on AMC. But it can, okay? Like I alluded to, if they do decide to cut their losses in AMC because of it, or cut their shorts in AMC because of this, that is great news, and that absolutely could be a catalyst. So you have to weigh and balance those pros and cons to this entire situation. You have to understand that while it's a possibility, it's not a necessity. Because I see a lot of people out there, man, they push dates, they fill people with unrealistic expectations, and they say that if it doesn't happen by a certain period of time, it's not going to happen. Here's what's not going to happen, okay? The hedge funds are not going to make short shares disappear. Whether or not the investigations, I guess, provide you with proof of naked shares or naked shorts or synthetics or phantoms or whatever you want to call them, the hedge funds didn't poof and make them disappear, okay? Whether you think the Gary Gensler is going to come in there and make everything better for everybody, you know, people put way too many expectations on a single catalyst, on a single date. And when it comes to pass and we're still in the game like we are today, it takes a toll on you emotionally. And that's what you can't have happen when you're investing. You have to have that long-term approach, especially when it comes to a short squeeze like AMC, when the potential is unlimited. We have everything to gain, and they have everything to lose. I guess that's the best way to put it. With AMC stock, the short sellers have everything to lose, and the retail investors have everything to gain. Now, if you're willing to give that up, I guess you give it up. They are not willing to give up everything. So they are going to fight as long as they can and as hard as they can. And yes, they will be forced, or they will be willing at some point to cover their shares in AMC. Is it because of Russia? I don't know. Is it because of Gary Gensler? I don't know. Is it because of some new rule? I don't know. But what I do know is the short shares will be covered. The retail investors will get as much as they're willing to hold out for. And when the short squeeze is over, as long as we restrict that supply and do not just allow supply to meet demand as soon as there's any increase in price, the price based on economics, supply and demand curves, will have to go up as the increased demand to cover those short shares comes into play. I want to know what you guys think, though, because, hey, man, I could be wrong about everything, right? You guys are allowed to disagree. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Russia, what you think about all these new rules that are coming out, and when and if you think AMC stock is looking good for a short squeeze. If this button right here is still red, make sure to click it, subscribe to the channel, join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram. We will BinanceGeminiCrypto.com in the description below. Until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.